Alright. I'm starting this video off in an area that is not going to be very helpful to you. And we're going to also do a little thing to show off what I've been doing on this character and answer a couple of concerns about Enchanting, because Enchanting is probably or very sufficiently still broken. The solutions I'm proposing are for PS5. I'm playing on PS5. If you're having issues on PC, you could potentially overcome those issues by using the lovely what is it? The console command system will allow you to potentially work around any issue you might be having with the game. But since I don't have the keyboard attachment for the PS5 remote, it's very highly unlikely that I'll be able to use that. But it's possible that maybe if you had an attachment like that, that you would be able to do that. Alright, this one's a shield on self. Aha, this is one of the ones we were really looking for. Ring of Protection. Or Perfection. This is giving us a lot of good stuff, so that's why we wanted to come on by here. This is not very helpful. I don't really care about Fortifying Sneak. You can actually build that skill pretty easily. Alright. Anywho. Oh yeah, I forgot. We need to use Earl's business to wait after hours because we're playing as a vampire. And then I'll show you all of the fixes to the potential issue of not being able to enchant for any purpose you might have. So I'll show you what I usually enchant for, and then we'll take it from there. Alright, so now we're going to want to fast travel out of here and to Frostcrag. And then I'll take myself back here later. But people are still having issues with the enchanting. So I'm going to go and make a new video for the people who are still struggling with this.
Have you been well recently? Your skin has been off.
Alright, now that I can fast travel, I'm always over encumbered a lot of the times because of some sort of weird interaction with rings and jewelry. So I'm using permanent enchantments, and I'll show you why. Alright, so now we're gonna need a soul gem. Do I have? Yes, I do have. That's probably why I'm over encumbered. Alright, so anywho, let's say you wanted to enchant, right? So, this is how I would normally do it. I come over here, we're gonna enchant with the Grand Soul, then we're going to we're definitely going to want to fortify something, because fortifying something is better. So we can either do an attribute or a skill. So one of the glitches doesn't let you use attributes. So like right now I cannot select this attribute. So I'm not able to do that. I can also try it with skill, but it's possible that this also will not work. Usually, the number one thing that you would want to fortify are skills that you can't build back up. So I really like shooting. I like having more blade. More blade is always nice, but you can also really pour into light or heavy armor. But you see how it's not letting me select any of those? It will not work. So this is the solution that I usually do. You save over whatever your save is. It's broken, so you come out here. And then you load back this save. And then this is only going to let you do it one time. If you try to do it again, it's going to be broken. And so you have to redo all these steps all over again. So now it should let me pick agility. See how it let me do that this time? Then you click save, and then you can name it after, actually. And it should let you... It should let you create that item. Now that you've done that, you then have to save again. And you have to walk outside like this. And then you're gonna have to reload that save again to make another one. Because it breaks immediately after the first enchantment, it breaks. So you have to do this all over again to make another one. So now we can make another one. So same thing. Alright, this time we want to fortify. Since we did agility, we're going to want to fortify blade. Oh, it's not letting us pick it. Alright, so now you got to save again over this save, because this save's broken. And now you gotta go outside. And then you go back to that save. And then after that, we'll try it again. Alright, so just click all that stuff. Just preemptively name it. We'll name it Finn. Fortify the skill. And it's still not letting me click it. So this one's really not letting me do it for some reason. Alright. You can also try waiting an hour to 6:20. This will cause another save. Then you can try saving again. And then oh man, I'm over encumbered. One moment. Alright, now that I did that, I need to drink. Ignore these parts. This is just for me only because I'm over encumbered. Alright, now we gotta get out. And then we gotta load the save again. And then we're gonna come over here and try to create it again. Alright, we're gonna fortify. Oops, not that one. Fortify blade, and it's still not letting me do it. That is so weird. You can maybe try it a couple of times. I don't know if it specifically has to do with skill. Maybe it's skill that is the problem. Skill might be broken. I wonder if it lets me do another attribute. Nope, still nothing. Alright, so if you run into this situation where it does not work at all, then your only other option besides this, if that doesn't work, you can make a quick save, and then when you've made the quick save, you can just load the quick save. And if this doesn't work, then you have to close out the whole game and come back in to make another one. So that's the only other solution. Or you could try going into the Shivering Isles and then coming back out to Cyrodiil and then going to Frostcrag and doing what I did. Alright, see, that time it worked. So, so I think maybe it's quick save. That's the thing that does it, and not regular saves. And we're gonna call this Sin. Alright, now we have created another thing. Now, you see how some rings you get have like 4 of these? If you're gonna try to put multiple fortifies on one thing, that will also just break. It'll just break when you try to do that. So instead, I'm gonna show you the trick that lets you work around getting all the enchantments you want as well. You really gotta fight with this game to get these stupid enchantments, but once you get anything, it should work. The things that really it doesn't like to do are rings and amulets. Like, it just breaks the game to try to do those for some reason. Alright, so you're gonna come to any empty chest, you're gonna put the item you want in there. We're gonna do a Ring of Perfection because we don't already have that. Then we're gonna get anything that stacks so that we can get 20 of them. Then you're going to equip the stack. Then you're gonna come back into here. You're gonna get that same stack of arrows so that it pops up with this message of 29. When you see this, you click X, or you click continue one time, not twice. And then you come over here and you're gonna find that stack and you put it away, and if you do that, it'll take away that ring off of your body so that it doesn't exist. And then once you've done that, you're now permanently enchanted with that specific thing. So, like, here's Fortified Blades. So I have Jep, Slices, Night Mother's Blessing, Raiment of the Crimson Star, Great Prince's Training. But what did we just do? We just did, like, a whole bunch. We just did the Ring of Perfection. So, yeah, here's one. So I'm getting more agility now because of the Ring of Perfection. And there'll probably be some other ones in here. So it thinks I'm wearing the ring even though I'm not. And then you can do that same thing again. So I usually move my dupe rings into the dupe ring chest. Not this one. This is the dupe ring, the dupe jewelry chest. And this is the chest of power, essentially. So I just put those away. And now you do the same thing again with the other things. So, like, for example, I have Rem that I just made. So then you're going to go over here. You're going to make, like, a ton of those. You're going to equip the whole thing. You're going to go back into here. You're going to go back to your arrows. Click once. Go to the page. And then you're going to want to put away a Rem. And now I have Rem forever. And then I'm going to take that and put that in my duplicate rings chest, and now I have that effect forever. And I can keep doing that with every single piece of gear that I find, like Flame Ring, for example, which gives me 100% flame resistance. I think these are, yeah, this is my workshop. I wanted to make this my workshop. So yeah, and then let's say we want, we want permanent water breathing forever and more feather. That seems like a good idea. So we're gonna get 20 of those. Gonna equip one. And then we're gonna go and put those away. And now I can do that forever. So now I will never not be able to breathe underwater. Ever. And so I'm like I fully command the water now. Because I can also walk on top of it. Isn't that neat? And then, so after that, we're gonna come on over and put Sin in there. And then we're gonna make 20 of those. And then we're gonna equip it. And then we're gonna do the same thing again. And boom, now I have more of that skill too. And that's what you can do pretty much anytime you find a piece of gear that is really good. So I hope that this clarified how to enchant better, so that you can do enchantments how you want. So I think you should go with quick save. Quick save seems to work better than regular saves do. Regular saves seem to break. If worse comes to worse and you just cannot enchant no matter what, even after all the stuff I just went through, if you still cannot enchant, you gotta close the game and reopen it. And then the second you reopen it, load up the save you made where you're standing right in front of the enchantment table. And then after that, it should let you. And if it still doesn't let you, comment below and let me know like all the things you tried and what's still happening, and I'll try to help you guys.